welcome to my garden. This has been a really long time coming, and I've always put off this video because my garden has never been perfect, but I realize that it will never be perfect. So before I show you a tour of our quaint garden, I want to explain to you a few things first. And the first thing is we live in South Florida in a town called Wellington. And Wellington is special because it is the winter equestrian capital of the world. So we're surrounded by horse farms and polo matches, and it's just a really, really beautiful space. But because it is South Florida, we are zone 10. So that means our growing season is September through May. So to me, tomatoes say Christmas instead of summertime. We actually can't grow tomatoes and most vegetables and crops in the summer. It's just too hot and way too humid. So the humidity is what breeds a lot of the diseases, and we just can't grow. So this is our growing time of year. And since I grew up in Florida, it's just what I've always known. So right now my garden is really in the peak of things. Spring right here is, or spring in Florida is so beautiful. The weather is so beautiful right now. It's in the low 70s, breezy, and it's overcast for the video, thank goodness. But this is our height of growing season. So I think that this is the perfect time to show you around. Okay, so this is where you enter our garden from this gate right here. And I love it because we have all of these square stepping stones, and Mike normally edges these really nicely. It's about time for us to edge it again, but I kind of like it when it gets that little bit grown in look as well. And what I love about this entryway is that you're met with what I call the butterfly garden. And this butterfly garden was a space that we created in this bigger garden as a space for me to play with and experiment with. But over the years, some years it's been a butterfly garden, some years it really hasn't been. And this year it's a little bit of a mix, but I really love how it turned out. So what I did was I planted a bunch of sunflowers, really tall sunflowers against here. And I did that because you can see our fence, our property line actually goes to the paint of our neighbor's house. So this whole area is our space up until their actual house. So because we see the side of their house and it butts up to our fence, planting something green along the whole length of this makes it look more even and consistent. So that really helps with that. So I really love having the wall of sunflowers and greenery there. Below that we have blue salvia. I actually planted these zinnias last year and I pulled them out and they popped up again this year, and I love the way it looks in between all the blue salvia. Oh, and this birdhouse was made for Emma by my uncle. Okay, so right now your back is against the fence as if you're coming into our garden. This is the first thing that you see. So over here we have this great hedge and it covers our AC, which is excellent. And then this is our hibiscus, and behind it's the bougainvillea. But unfortunately the bougainvillea doesn't get enough sun in this area to really bloom, so we're gonna have to move that. Moving on this way, this is our patio area. This actually used to be a screened-in porch, and Mike had the brilliant idea of taking it down and making it all one fluid space, which was genius. So now we can grow more out here, we can walk around, it's just, well, just way more usable. So what we ended up doing is planting this really beautiful hedge along the whole perimeter. So when we look out the windows, we just see the greenery, which is so relaxing and refreshing to see a wall of greenery instead of fences and houses. We really enjoy it. And then I have all of our pots and plants along this side because this is actually where the sun hits the longest. So the sun rises this way, but it kind of comes down this way. It's really funny how that works with the shadows of all the houses in the neighborhood and everything. So this is where it gets the most sun, so this is where our plants go. Plus, I want to make sure that there's lots of room for when we have people over, or when Emma gets a little bit older, she has a spot to run around in. So moving over here, I have these great planters from Ballard Designs, and they're flanking either side of the patio area, kind of anchoring it. And in here is called a Stephanotis vine. And this is Madagascar jasmine, and it has white trumpet blooms that bloom on here, and it smells so good, and they grow so well in Florida. That's what I love. They look incredible, they smell incredible, but they're so easy to grow in Florida. So this is something that will be able to stay here year round, which is really nice. And then I just put these white petunias, and those will cascade over the edge, and I think that's gonna look really nice. We have our begonias, we have our mandeville vines, which I'm gonna try to get to bush instead of vine. We'll see. This is our fig tree. We absolutely adore our fig tree. It goes dormant every year, but it just came back. And this is its second pot. Oh, and I think, we have figs. Look at the baby figs. We love this fig tree. We got figs on it last year. It's a Celeste. It's a fig Celeste. I keep the tag on here so I don't forget what it is, because it grows so well, and not every variety grows well in Florida, so you gotta know. That's our lemon tree that's on the way out. We just won't talk about that. That didn't work out. Citrus is actually very hard to grow in Florida because of all the diseases and things. Over here is my tomato plants. Now for my tomatoes and vegetables and herbs, I love using earth boxes because they're self-watering. I can just fill them up once during the day, and I know that they have enough water, and it's just really easy. And this way it also cuts down on the disease because you're watering it from the bottom and not getting water all over the leaves. Florida is moist enough, trust me. So I planted two things I never planted before. One is an heirloom tomato, Mr. Stripey, and the other one is a Roma tomato that my mom gave me. And man, this thing is just wild. Like, if I knew that this heirloom tomato was going to be this big, I probably wouldn't have put the Roma tomato in here. We even trimmed this once. But the ironic part is we only have one tomato on it so far. I don't know if this one's coming back, but the Roma tomato is doing very good, and I have lots of tomatoes on it already. And you could tell we underestimated the staking situation, so it is what it is. So then over here we have another little Stephanotis vine. I don't know where I'm going to put that one yet, but I just love them, so I apparently collect them. Oh, show them the one tomato we have on here so far. Yeah, I'm very proud of that little guy. Okay, then over here is our lavender. It smells so good. We can only grow this during the winter time, so I'm just enjoying it while we have it. Over here is my basil. This is growing like crazy. I need to make some pesto and thyme. And I love putting thyme because not only can I cook with it, but it grows so well and it kind of cascades over. So I think what I need is rosemary back here. So I gotta work on that. Okay, so then we have another tomato plant. This one is doing so well. This one again is from my mom. It has lots of tomatoes on it. I'm a little bit unsure of the variety, but it's doing very well. Again, we underestimated the staking situation. And then over here we have some cherry tomatoes. This is chocolate cherry. I did have a yellow pear, but it broke. But it's okay because I think the chocolate cherry is gonna fill this out just fine. Some more lavender, and then over here's our red lime tree. And I adore red lime because it actually creates citrus red limes all year long. And the funny part is when the limes are ripe, they're orange, not red. Go figure. But let me try to find a baby one for you. Oh, right here. Here's one. There's a little lime. I was gonna say vine. Look, here's some more. Right there, and then right there. So the next batch is on the way, and I planted petunias at the base because petunias actually are good in keeping some insects away. We have another Stephanotis vine because again, I love these things. I want to plant that one out front somewhere. Another mandeville begonias. As you can see, I tried to create symmetry in the garden by planting a little grouping of things that are the same on either side. And we have another Stephanotis and the petunias, and they're doing really well. So it's so good when you have plants that you know grows very well in your area. It makes a really big difference. So these will stay year round. And then behind me is our beloved peach tree, which we didn't think peaches grew in Florida, but apparently there are varieties that grow in Florida. Our only struggle is that the birds get to the peaches before we can. However, we still have one peach on here and it's doing really well. It's tiny, but we're proud. Okay, so oh look, there's another one. Oh, we have two. That's exciting. Oh, I just discovered that one. Okay, so the next thing is the fountain. And the cool thing I like about the fountain is when you like walk into the garden, you see the stepping stones and the fence, and it really, your eye goes straight to the fountain. The fountain is really the focal point. And the cool thing I love about this fountain is that apparently because the water continuously moves on it, mosquitoes can't lay their eggs in here, and then raccoons can't like go in it either. So it gives you that beautiful sound of water, but it stays clean. Now, just like the fountain is the focal point when you walk in this way, it's actually the focal point when you walk in this way as well. So if you can just show them the side yard and see how we have all the stepping stones and the fence. So when you turn around and you first walk in, the fountain is what you see, which is really nice. So we love it how it's the focal point of both areas. We love how we have the stepping stones, and I just wish that this greenery continued on all the way down. I don't know why we didn't do that, but it's something we might do in the future. Although right now I'm working on basically killing all the weeds in this area, and then we're gonna plant some jasmine in there because the weeds really overtook this area. So the way that you solve it is by putting a black tarp on it, which I think it needs to be thicker black tarp, and that kills all the seeds in the ground. You bake it, and then all the weed seeds are dead. So then we can plant what we want to here without weeds overtaking it. So this is the project we're working on right now. So hopefully it'll be ready by summer, but by summer, I don't know if we want to be out here gardening. So that's just what we're working on right now. There's always a project. I need to go spider hunting too. So I like to go, the best way to keep spiders out is by taking them off and killing them yourselves. That's what you gotta do. Then you have the middle of the garden, and this umbrella has been a lifesaver because when the sun comes through this way, we just open it up and it blocks harsh sun coming in our house in the summertime and offers some good shade. We had these little table and chairs. I'm debating whether I should repaint it black or paint it white. I don't know. My little watering can I use to fertilize everything. And then this is our shed, which looks terrible, but you could tell I was experimenting. I want to paint it, so I need to paint. Before I let you go, I want to mention a product that my mom introduced us to about a year ago, and that is Liquid IV. And I use this stuff whenever I have a full day gardening ahead of me. Mike uses it every time he does lawn work, and sometimes we even use it beyond that when we know that we won't be able to eat for a while. But basically, Liquid IV is the equivalent of taking 3 bottles of water. It's an electrolyte drink mix. It's completely all natural, recommended by doctors, and it works by getting you the optimal ratio of nutrients that delivers hydration rapidly into your bloodstream, hydrating you 2 to 3 times faster and more efficiently than water. That's what the side of the container says, but this stuff works. It's amazing. It really just helps sustain Mike and I whenever we're working in the hot sun, especially in Florida, and it makes us feel really good. So the sun doesn't take it out of us as easily, and it's something that we've really been using and loving. So when they reached out, they wanted to send me some products to try. I said, no way, we already use it, I already love it, I'd be happy to mention it. And I already buy it from Costco, and they told me, well, they ended up sending me some anyways, and I'm really glad that they did, because they sent me different flavors than what Costco has. They sent me the guava, passion fruit, acai berry, along with a sleeping one, blueberry lavender. Oh my gosh, the flavor of this is so good, and this has melatonin in it, so it's totally natural. It's supposed to help you sleep.
I really don't need this for the sleep because I have a baby. So let's face it, I get to sleep any chance I get. But I really love these flavors more than the ones at Costco. The strawberry has like a cream strawberry taste. I'm not crazy about cream flavors, but these 3 flavors have a light berry, like a light fruit flavor, and it's so good. It's easy to drink. The best part about this is they gave me a 25% off coupon code for you along with free shipping. So this coupon code comes with 25% off plus free shipping on their website. I will be using my own coupon code to purchase these in the future. So I'm really happy that I can bring this coupon code to you guys with a product that I already use and love, and I know that you will appreciate it too.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this tour of our little garden, and let me know if you want more perhaps throughout the seasons, because it does change. As small as it is, it still changes. So I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you soon in my next video.